Shalom, shalom. We're the Hebrew Israelites for the Camp GMS Cleveland. Got the brother Yawasop on over the phone.
Shalom, shalom.
And before we get started, I'm gonna give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Hawashai, Bahashim Kabadash. They were honest to the apostle and elders of Great Millstone, who will, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect that preaches truth sincerely across the four corners of the earth. And this is another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashim Hawashai. And Lord willing, this lesson be edifying to the hopeful elect. This lesson was inspired by a conversation we was having a couple hours ago over the phone. And the name of this lesson is "We Must Endure Until the End." Because hey, that's what Yahweh Shah said in Matthew 24:13. He said, "He that endureth until the end, the same shall be saved." Man, because hey, what's our goal? Our goal is to receive that crown of life. Our goal is to enter into the kingdom, man. And receive salvation and get rewarded by Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. So like I got a quick little precept real quick. This is the book of James 1 and 12. It say, "Blessed is the man that endureth temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord hath promised to them that love him." Right. So hey, these temptations, these trials and tribulations we going through, it's there to build us up, man, to make us stronger. Because like the Lord, He's setting up rulers, aristocrat, which means best to rule, to rule over the whole universe, man. You know, so it said, "Blessed is he that endures temptation," man, because hey, it's a reward at the end of this thing, man, and that's a crown of life, man. That's to be joint heirs with Hamashiach, man. You know, but the brother he had the scripture, so I'm gonna let him get it.
And the scripture that inspired the brother lesson is out of 2 Timothy chapter 2. And I'm gonna start at verse 1 though. And it reads 2 Timothy 2 and 1, starting at verse 1. "Thou therefore, my son, be strong. Thou therefore, my son, be strong in the grace that is in Mashiach Yahushua, and the things that thou hast heard of me among many witnesses, the same commit thou to faithful men who shall be able to teach others also. Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushua Mashiach."
Right,
no,
man.
Okay.
I got that word "endure" in the blue letter on this verse.
Strong's G 2553. Carcapatheo.
And it say to suffer, endure evils, hardships, troubles, to be afflicted, man. Because hey, these different um trials and tribulations we go through is it put us in a state of hardship, man. You know, but hey, that's a part of being a soldier of Yahweh Shah Hamashiach, man. Because the Lord, He don't want no weak man ruling His kingdom. He want firm and austere man ruling His kingdom. Because the Lord Himself is an austere man, man. You know, so if we never went through no type of affliction, hey, like it say in Second Ezra 7, if we never went through some type of affliction, how we'll be able to deal with the kingdom and be the top judges in the kingdom to know how to judge righteously with equity and with righteousness, man. How to know to bring a harsh judgment on somebody, man. Because these heathens, they gonna be our servants, our slaves in the kingdom, man. And if we don't know what's right from wrong, how we'll get punished for that. How we could be able to judge these heathens when they doing right and wrong, and punish them when they going off, or reward them when they being righteous, man. So that's why the Lord is putting us through these things, man, because it's making us a stronger warrior in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man. And I also got that word endure on the online etymology. It say to undergo or suffer, also to continue in the existence, make hard, harden, bear, tolerate, keep up, maintain. You know, so we gotta we gotta maintain this affliction. We gotta tolerate, man. This is just something we gotta deal with, man. Like it say in Second Ezra 7, the condition of the battle is the men that are born on the earth is to fight. If you paraphrasing, you know, hey, our whole purpose is to do what? To do the service of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, man. And that comes with suffering and affliction. I always mention all the time that's a spirit because the brother Irish Shaw he got a precept too on the comment board, you know. But I remember my first time coming to camp, it was me and this other guy, you know. And before we started camp, the brother was saying, before we get started, I'm gonna let y'all know that this truth is about suffering, man. You know, and you gotta be willing to do anything to serve you how about Shimon Shah, man. You know, so and from that moment when I heard that, I was hey, me speaking for myself, I was with it, man. You know, because at the end of the day, this is it's a greater purpose than this, man. We ain't just suffering just to die, you know, for the Lord to forsake us, man, to leave us here to die, man. You know, because hey, we're suffering so the Lord can prove us, man, and see our integrity within Him. And if He see our integrity and see we sincere with it, He will reward us for it, man. You know.
If you don't mind me jumping in there, because you made a few different statements. You made the statement about how to judge rightly, you have to know both sides. You know, the scriptures talk about how we were made in the Most High's image. So if the Most High, you know, it tells you the Most High creates both good and evil. You know, that's the Edomite concept where it just say God is all love. You know, trying to put the Most High in a box. You get what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, if we're made in His image truly, then yeah, we're supposed to know both good and bad. You know what I mean? So, you know, we experience wickedness to appreciate righteousness so much more. You know. But you want me to finish that out? The point was, so it says, verse 3, 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 3, go therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushua Mashiach. No man that war entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who have chosen him to be a soldier. And you made a statement, I can't recall it exactly, but that scripture brought what I was going to say back to mind, because when you go into some of the scriptures, Paul called himself a slave of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. You know, a slave doesn't have his own will. You know, he does the will of, you know, his master. You know what I'm saying? So we're not here to, you know, please our own bellies. We're here to do the will and the work of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. And then the brother made a statement about you know, suffering. And it tells you in the book of, matter of fact, I'm going to get it right here, the book of Acts chapter 14, which you should cut, you know, like certain groups, I'm not going to say no names, but certain groups say that there's not going to be any tribulation. But the scriptures, the book of Acts chapter 14, verse 22 says, it says, concerning the souls, Salakia, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must, through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of the Most High. So you're going to go through different trials and tribulations. You know, like the brother said, if you are a new creation, you know, basically the Lord is taking you through that chastisement and that suffering to make you to whom He wants to conform you to. You know, the Lord is the potter, you the clay. Once you become that new vessel, you got it, brother.
All right, and I just want to make a point too, because it said, no man that will ever take a look from himself with the fear of this life. Because when you get distracted from the goal, that weakens your mind for the goal that you was weren't seeking for, man. You know,
that's why the scriptures talk about your eye being single on the truth. That's why everything comes. The truth comes. The truth comes before everything else. You know, people don't understand those scriptures. Some people that call themselves into the scriptures don't even know about situations like with Peter. Peter having a whole family, but he put the work of the Lord before his family. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So, you know, again, you know, you can have such things. You can have a family and a business, and, you know, you can somewhat maintain better in this world than others. But your main focus is supposed to be on this truth. And when you let go of that, that's when you're gonna either fall. You're gonna probably fall out the truth. You know what I mean? You got another one? Well, I got one.
Oh, all right, Kyle. I about to say the brother got some on the comment board.
Oh yeah, bring that brother stuff up. I mean, look, the scripture I love you.
He got 3 of them. This Micah 7:9. It say, "I will bear the indignation of the Lord, because I have sinned against him. Until he plead my cause and execute judgment for me, he will bring me forth to the light, and I shall behold his righteousness." So yeah, calm, man. Hey, that's what we doing. We bearing the indignation of the Lord because we know that we messed up. The reason why we going through this because we fell off. The Lord had to wait for us. He said, "Don't eat of the fruit of the tree. Don't do this. Don't do that." But what we do as a nation, we disobeyed that, man. But we had to do that so we can learn wickedness and appreciate righteousness more, man. But at the same time, hey, this is something, hey, like in that definition, of endure, it said to tolerate, man. That's just something we got to deal with, being in this flesh. But while we is dealing with this, while we still in captivity, the Lord still answering our prayers. He's still pleading our cause. He still executing judgment. He judging these wicked ass niggas and these niggalets and these heathens, these Edomites. He taking our enemies down for us while we focusing on what we need to focus on, man, which is striving into the truth, man. Enduring to the end. That's our focus. So the Lord is basically like, look, you worry about this, I'm gonna handle the other stuff, man. Because hey, we don't need to take matters in our own hands, man, if we trust it in Yahweh Shemi Shah, man. It's a Sirach 4:28, it says, "Strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee." So there you go again. If you just focus on the truth, put the Lord first, the Lord go through all the hard work, man. Like he told Moses and them, "You shall hold your peace." In Exodus, man. We don't need to be like Esau military or get guns and all of that, man. Because we seen the outcome with that when our people did the civil rights walk and Black Panthers got even with the whole little Grandmaster Jay, in this time period, you had the Grandmaster Jay thing. These niggas end up shooting each other and shit, you know. Then he inspired other Jakes to have their guns out front of Esau, beg Esau for their rights. But that's not the way, man. Because the Lord said in Deuteronomy 28 that no man shall buy you. So ain't no way out of this captivity except Yahweh Shah, man. You know? And the last one he got was Sirach 4:17. It say, "For our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory." Right. So, hey, going back to the beginning statement, this is for a purpose. It's a reward behind this. We're not just suffering for nothing, man. And being in the flesh, you might feel like that. That doubt spirit might jump on you. Like, why I'm going through this, man? Why the Lord is not looking out? But hey, we have to rebuke them thoughts, man, and remember that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is on our side. He's for our favor at the end of the day. At the end, it's gonna be in our favor, man. If we endure, if we continue to trust in Him, man. That's just like, let's say you got a woman, you know, like the movie Pursuit of Happiness, for example. The Lord brought that man and his child all the way to the low, to the point where they was homeless, and his woman left them, man. But let's just say you got let's just say you're in that predicament with a woman or whatever. She supposed to depend on you and trust in you in that situation until the Lord get y'all out that situation, man. So that's how we gotta be until Yahweh Shah Shah. No matter how broke we get, how low we get, we gotta trust in the Lord, man. Because the Lord said, be patient when thou art changed to a lower state, man. Because at the end of the day, the Lord one who put you through the situation, and He also got a path for you to get out that situation, man. But you say you had something?
Well, I was going to just make this statement before Brown was other scripture because you worded that perfectly. How you said basically how the woman's supposed to depend on the man, and y'all supposed to both endure that suffer. You made a statement earlier. You was like how we suffering for what we did, and that's the mercy in it. When you did wrong, you can lightweight deal with the situation a little bit better. You know what I mean? Like, when you got people, when you're suffering for when you don't understand why you're suffering, that's harder to deal with. Because you can go crazy, you can bug out, you can react, you can lash out, you can do, you know what I mean? But when you understand why you going through what you're going through, then you can lightweight bear it a little bit better. And then, like you said, at the end of the day, being that you're being redeemed, you got a reward for this. It ain't just like you said. Like the whole point of your suffering, for real, for the most part, is for the Lord is trying to basically purge you of your weaknesses and make you and strengthen you in other situations. You get what I'm saying? To make you the creature He wants you to be. This 2 Timothy chapter 1 and verse 8, and it reads, "Be not thou therefore ashamed of the testimony of our Lord Yahushua Mashiach, nor of me his prisoner, but be thou partakers, but be thou partaker of the afflictions of the gospel according to the power of the Most High." So basically, like I said, you know, at the end of the day, like I told the brother, you know, and just speaking for myself first and foremost, because, you know, at one point in time, I used to feel I was going through a lot of different little things, and maybe I didn't react to it the proper way. Sometimes you don't have to speak on everything, you know what I mean? Because you don't know what the next brother going through. But at the end of the day, when I learned to look at it, I've experienced a lot of things that some brothers or some people haven't experienced. So once you experience something, you ain't afraid of it anymore. You get what I'm saying? Or you know, once you have knowledge of something, you can deal with the situation a lot better. So that's more so a blessing when you know, looking at it with a negative, like you said, like the brother said, you gotta rebuke those thoughts, because Satan will use fiery darts to get you about the truth. You know what I mean? That doubt demon is a hell of a demon. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like something that the elder Apostle Tahar said that always sticks to me is he said if everybody's to fall out, he'll still continue to do the work by himself. You know what I'm saying? So you got to have that type of conviction. You can't let the spirits of doubt circumvent you from falling out the truth.
You got yeah. Then on top of that, you could help somebody else, man. And in a situation, you know, by you going through a situation, you might see somebody else going through a similar, and you would give them a guidance or give them advice on the way how to go about that little situation.
That's what we got our elders for. You know what I mean? Like you know, like that's what the elders position is. You know what I mean? They walk before. That's why you give them. But anyway, you got other scriptures. You know, you ever go through the Salakia, I mean, you made me think about something. You didn't just go, like you said, the Lord ain't just taking you through things to punish you. I mean, you know, we got our punishment for the most part, you know, when we was living in sin and blind to it. You know what I mean? Now that you know, you call yourself coming to the light and repenting and coming to the truth, yeah, you suffering, but you suffering for a reward. You know what I mean? It's more of a, it's like when you build a muscle. You know what I mean? Like I was thinking about the video how the Filipinos that do that Muay Thai, how basically in order for them to strengthen their bones to the point where they can break through trees and brick and shit is when they constantly keep on hitting hitting that bone. So they constantly kicking the trees to the point where the bone break and then hardens back even harder. So when the Lord taking you through these different trials and tribulations, they are actually supposed to be strengthening you. If the Lord with you. You got that?
Yeah. I got one more that the brother had on the comment board. The brother gonna need his phone back for to help the brothers out. So this second Ezra 12 and 46, it say, "Be of good comfort, O Israel, and be not heavy, thou house of Jacob. For the highest have you in remembrance, and the mighty have not forgotten you in temptation." It said, "As for me, I have not forsaken you, neither am I departed from you, but am come into this place to pray for the desolation of Zion, that I might seek mercy for the low estate of your sanctuary." So, there we go, man. Like Brother said, that's the mercy part, man. Us knowing why we're going through these things and getting the motivation to endure going through it, man. You know, because and on top of that, he gonna give you a reward, man. Because at first we was lost, we was damn, I forgot the word I'm looking for. Basically, these things wasn't brought to our attention, man. You know, we was just blinded to these things, man. But now the Lord, He gave us that sight to see, you know, and now we have hope, man. You know, and that's the mercy part of these trials and tribulations, man.
God, that truly is mercy. You know what I mean? Not to be long-winded or keep on running on. I know you said the brother got his phone, but I got two if you don't mind. Because, like I said, hope when shit get really bad and all these people that lost their faith because of the lockdowns, and that was all the will of the Lord anyway. But when you ain't got no faith or belief in nothing besides yourself, and you know how bad it's gonna get, watch how despair is gonna be a hell of a demon for these people that don't have no hope at all. And hope is gonna be actually a blessing. This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 7, and it reads, "Bear of all things, believe of all things, hope of all things, endure of all things." And I'm gonna end it with this Hebrews chapter 12, verse 2 and 3, and it reads, looking onto Yahushua, looking onto Yahushua, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand of the throne of the Most High. For consider him that endureth such contradiction of sinners against himself, lest ye be weird and faint in your minds. So basically, like I said, the scriptures, I believe in Hebrews, talks about Yahushua, who is our author and our finisher. Showing you that basically it can be done. You know what I mean? It's possible because the Lord put within you all the things you need to succeed. You bear your cross. If you trust and keep faith in Him. So that's all I got, brother.
So, Lord, one, this was edifying. With that, we're going to close out in all praise and glory to Yahweh. Double honor to the Apostle Elders Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom and abad the ball. Shalom, shalom.
Shalom, shalom.